Bear plank knee extensions are going to be performed from your exercise mat down to the floor. I'm going to show you both the double and single leg variations of these. For the single leg, this one's a little bit more challenging, is coming into a bear plank position. Remember the bear plank, kind of similar to the traditional plank, except our knees are bent at 90 degrees. So instead of stepping all the way back here with your feet, we're going to keep the knees bent at 90 degrees without the knees touching the floor, okay? Without the knees touching the floor. So the single leg version of this is picking one leg up off the floor. So we're just pushing off one leg. This other foot isn't even making contact with the floor. And then coming to full extension on that leg. Dropping your knee close to the floor without touching, and then pushing back through that leg. A way to scale these down a little bit is to start with the double, okay? If you start with the double, that's a good way to work your way into the single. Okay, so with both feet down on the floor and without your knees touching, shoulders stacked over your wrists, we're just going to push back until the legs are fully extended. Try not to confuse this move with a down dog in yoga, just because we're not really driving through the shoulders like this, okay? The shoulders stay stacked over the wrist the whole time, and we're just pushing the legs back. So trying to work that muscle at the front of your thighs. We're trying to work some quadriceps here with this exercise. Okay, a way to scale this down is to start with your knees down on the floor. So the third version of this exercise, the easiest one is going to be starting from your knees down on the floor and then just transitioning to that straight back. Okay, leg extension, push your knees back nice and slow coming down toward the floor, lightly tap, just because tapping your knees to the floor will keep some amount of tension on your thighs. So if we're decreasing the tension, they won't be quite as challenging. If you really have difficulty performing a plank or knee extensions, another version of this exercise that we could do is this, just using your wall and focusing on knee extensions up against the wall. So put your hands up against the wall, drive your knees toward the wall, and then push back, okay? Make sure as you're bend your knees forward, we want to keep the hips extended, okay? So try not to push your butt back and then bend your knees like this, okay? Want to keep the hips extended, so squeeze your butt. Okay, hips stay extended, knees toward the floor, push back. Okay, those are some modifications for bear plank knee extensions.